Am I the a-hole for checking out of my relationship after my wife said she wished I had a bigger D but we don't always get what we want? My wife, 34F, and I, 34M, have been married for 8 years and we have a 5-year-old son. Over the past few months, my wife and I have occasionally been having arguments on finances. The main argument we've been having is that I want to take our family out on a vacation to a different state, but my wife wants to save up so we can travel abroad next year. Last month, my wife and I were having an argument again about this, and I was telling her a vacation would be really good for our family and our son. We talked back and forth, and I could sense my wife was getting exasperated, but I stood my ground. I told her we could take a vacation now, and we could also go abroad next year, and my wife just lost her cool and said that the finances made that impractical, and that she also wished I had a bigger dick, but in life we don't always get what we want. That stung me. I am aware I have an average-sized dick, but I've never had any complaints from anyone on it until now, and to hear it from my wife, it just numbed me. I then checked out of the conversation, and my wife instantly apologized after she said that. I told her it was okay and I then went to sleep. From the next day on, however, I distanced myself from my wife and just focused on work and my son. My wife tried to initiate conversation and apologize multiple times, and I usually just ignored her or told her to let it go. I also started eating out as I did not want to eat my wife's dinner. My wife initiated sex one night, and I told her to get off me. My birthday was a few days ago, and I ignored my wife when she wished me, or when she tried to kiss me. We didn't do anything for my birthday, and when my wife gave me a gift which was packaged with also a handwritten letter, I told her to return it. I have no idea what was the gift or what was written in the letter, and I don't really care. I am at my limit now and I know this is not healthy or sustainable, so I have seriously started considering divorce. But I also wanted to get an opinion from the people I trusted most in the world, my 2 siblings. My brother thinks I should at least consider marriage counseling first before proceeding with divorce, as he doesn't think this worth jumping straight to divorce for. My sister has the opposite opinion, and she thinks I am still young and fit and I have a long life ahead of me and it should be very easy for me to get someone who's much more beautiful than my wife, both on the exterior and the interior. Am I the a-hole for checking out of my relationship and considering divorce? Relevant comments. Commenter 1, yeah, I should have become a divorce attorney if I knew how easy people give up a family or marriage these days. Commenter 2, not the asshole, that was a cruel comment. But Reddit totally blows my mind sometimes. You and most commenters are going to throw away an entire 8-year marriage because of one sentence uttered by your partner during an argument. Clearly counseling is needed on the root issue, frequent arguments over finances, but divorcing over one sentence is an incredible overreaction. Please slow down, have a heart-to-heart with your wife, and figure out how to move forward. Commenter 3, dude, I'm really sorry. As an average-sized guy who is still self-conscious about it, I can imagine how much that hurt. It seems like when a woman wants to really insult a man, she goes straight to the small dick remarks. It was a total asshole move on her part. With that being said, and I say this with no other motive than trying to help you, you're kinda acting like a child. Yeah, it hurt, still does. Yeah, it was a low blow, and probably makes you question your value in this marriage, but she obviously is very sorry. Giving her the silent treatment perpetually, refusing her gift and not even bothering to read her letter, these are not the behaviors of a grown man. Sit her down and honestly tell her how much her words hurt you. Tell her everything you feel, but you have to be willing to give her a chance. Running straight to the divorce route without even trying to work things out is more than hasty. Good luck, man. I truly mean it. Commenter 4, I think you need to look more at why you're in frequent arguments about money. It sounds like your wife has more of a handle on family finances than you do. Commenter 5, finally, I was looking for this comment. I think the fact that he's more willing to spend money than she is more of a concern than a hurtful comment made in the heat of an argument. Him choosing spend more money on eating out now because he's mad at her is probably making the situation worse. When he finally decides to talk to her, she might have come to the conclusion that they're not financially compatible based on those actions alone. Update. Having read a few comments, I will proceed with marriage counseling like my brother recommended before jumping straight to divorce. I will try and save our marriage for my son, and see if marriage counseling can fix our marriage. I opened up to my wife last night for the first time in almost a month. I told her what she said made me feel worthless and insecure, and while she was beautiful on the outside, I never realized how ugly she was on the inside. I told her I feel trapped in this marriage, and that I've completely lost feelings for her, and when I see her I feel nothing, no love, no hate, just indifference and wanting to be left alone. I told her I could maybe understand her comment if we were just dating for a year or two, but to do this to someone you're married to for almost a decade, someone who was open and vulnerable with you, and then to just use those vulnerabilities and insecurities as a weapon to hurt him, it was just horrible. I said a lot more stuff I don't remember as I was a bit emotional. I probably didn't mean a lot the things I said, but I just wanted to get it off my chest. I felt a bit relieved after I finished talking, like a huge weight had been lifted off my shoulders. When I was finished talking, my wife apologized again and said she was hoping marriage counseling could fix our marriage too, but she started crying really badly after that, which made me feel bad, and I consoled her. It's the first time in a month I've felt anything for my wife. She tried to kiss me, but I told her I still needed some space, and I continued to console her as she was very emotional. Relevant comments. Commenter 1. I will try and save our marriage for my son. Listen, I'm not saying you should or shouldn't try to save your marriage. However, don't do it for your son. Do it for yourselves. No matter what, the best thing for your son is for you guys to be happy. If you stay together for the kid, then he will realize it at some point, and that will affect him in the future. Commenter 2. I said a lot more stuff I don't remember as I was a bit emotional. I probably didn't mean a lot the things I said, but I just wanted to get it off my chest. Op. Hold the phone. You were ready for divorce because your wife made a cruel comment in the heat of the moment. But you admit here that you do the same thing. Saying things you don't mean when you're upset. What have you previously said to her in arguments like this? You conveniently don't remember what all you said here. But have you ever made cruel personal remarks designed to hurt her the way the small dick comment hurt you? I'm not saying this to excuse what she said or blame you, but this is clearly a pattern you both participate in. Counseling is the right choice, and I'm glad you had the maturity to listen to your brother and give it a shot. I just hope you'll have a realization about your role in this unhealthy dance. Commenter 3. I probably didn't mean a lot of the things I said. Very convenient that you get to say shit you don't mean to, but when you push her over and over again for a vacation you cannot feasibly afford, and she says something hurtful, she's ugly inside, and you get to shun her for a month and paint her a vicious monster to your siblings. I didn't render a judgment on your initial post, but I sure do think you're an asshole now. Commenter 4. Not only did you forget what you said to your wife out of anger, you painted a victim narrative when you flat out admitted to saying shitty things in the heat of the moment because it felt good. So why do you get to punish your wife for over a month BC of it? Hypocrite at its finest. You want to spend money you don't fucking have on a vacation. You sound dense. OP, your wife wants to save up for a vacation. That's the only reasonable choice. You have a kid who's relying on their parents to make responsible financial decisions instead of being careless. Yeah, it's shitty your wife made a comment about wishing you had a bigger dick, but clearly yours ain't an issue because she's still married to you. Anyways, you get to degrade her entire character by saying she's ugly on the inside but get to cry about her talking about enhancing a physical trait. Commenter 5. This marriage is doomed and it's not entirely on your wife. You both suck, but at least she apologizes and makes an effort. You on the other hand go nuclear over her shit comment, drag it out for a month, and still need time. Meanwhile you basically outright say you probably said stuff you didn't mean but it felt good. Surely, you cannot be this dumb. So it's okay for you to say hurtful things, punish your wife for a month. I feel so bad for your 5-year-old, and you are still acting like a professional victim. The fact you gloss over your own role in the original argument, WTF do you mean by saying you stood your ground, and curate the post to make you look as good as possible, and still fail at that, says a lot. Even marriage counseling isn't going to work because you clearly don't want it to. You wanted the chance to hurt her like she hurt you, and you took it. There are no winners here.